You were just listening to Edwin Ortiz, La Mafia de GuanGuanco, and featuring was Vivian Mojica. Edwin of Edwin and Vivian are one of the hottest bands in the DMV, or across the country for that matter. I guess I'm biased because I'm from DC. But look at them. They're such a beautiful couple. And I was thinking to myself, what if I was able to talk to them personally? Because they both are so special to me. So,
Hey,
technology.
That's right.
Buenas tardes, señor, señorita, ¿cómo estás?
Buenas tardes,
Muy bien.
señor.
I'm so excited that you guys took time out to speak with me, first of all, because, y'all always hustling. You got to hustle in this business. Edwin's been hustling for over 30 years. So for me to get 15 minutes from him, I'm honored, you know what I'm saying?
Thank
So
you. So are we. Thank you.
it's like, here's a story, if you guys are not aware of Edwin Ortiz and Vivian. First of all, if you're out of town and you say salsa in Washington, D.C., people are going to say, do you know Eileen Torres or Bruno or Kelvin Harris? They might ask about me. If you say something about teachers, you're going to say Sanagiani, say Shaka and Cece. DJs, we got a lot of them. But if you say live music and you're out of town, the first thing anyone's going to say to you, do you know Edwin Ortiz? That's the first thing anyone say. Okay? Edwin's been working and rolling for 30 years. I actually know Vivian and Edwin over 20 years. They've been in the business that long, for as long as I know. And they both are fabulous individuals. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. We're gonna get straight to the interview because Edwin's, he hustling. He out there. They got three singles. We're gonna talk about all that. Okay.
That's cool.
Now, Vivian, besides Eileen Torres, Vivian Mojica is the reason why I love live music. Okay. Now, I had went to, I did the Lucky Bar circuit with Ricardo, and I had done Zanzibar, so I felt I had graduated a little bit, so I went over down to Chelsea. But I was wild and crazy, and I didn't really know how to dance. Eileen and Vivian were the only ladies that would dance with me, okay? And not only that, my first night with Vivian, I fell in love with her, and no exaggeration, except for New Year's Eve, I was at Chelsea's every Friday and Saturday for 2 years straight. I think that's another reason why Vivian asked me. She said, damn, this dude be coming every week. At least I can do is dance with him. But, so, if I'm dancing with Vivian and I'm dancing with Ali, that's instant club street credit, right? Everybody wanted to dance with Vivian. Everybody wanted, people were mesmerized. Trust me, I was not the only one that was going to Chelsea every weekend except for New Year's Eve to go down to Chelsea. My reason was Vivian. She was going to dance with me. I was fascinated by the way she moved. She was singing. She was purdy. I was like, wow.
Dirty.
Are you kidding me?
Still up.
So I owe you, Vivian. Thank you so much. Edwin Ortiz. Are you kidding me? I know him at least 20 years. 23. And Edwin Ortiz has been so nice to me, so gracious to me. Whenever he's had anything that he could do, any way he could bring go early, and he would always do it. Not just when I was hot, even when I wasn't hot. He said, Earl, teach this, and very loyal. And, Edwin runs a tight ship. You never see him let anybody get on stage while he's playing except for me. I'm the only one he.
Except for Go-Go.
Let Earl go on stage. Anybody else? Security, get these fools off my stage because Edwin don't play around when it comes to that music. Okay, but I love him. The best I ever heard him play was 2 years. Was it last year? 2 years at DCBS. Oh my goodness. turned it out, but Edwin's always been good to me. But enough about me. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing well, Go-Go. I'm doing real well. Can I call you Go-Go?
Come on, Edwin. What are you talking about, man?
I don't have to call you Mr. Rush right now.
No, please. Come on. I'm Earl. I'm always crazy Earl and Vivian. I'm always Go Earl to you. Come on, you know
Cool,
better.
cool. We're at home, man. Just cooling out at home. Just trying to stay safe.
Well, okay. Let's get straight to it because, like I said, we're busy. I'm hearing that you guys have 3 singles out. What's going on with that? That's exciting.
You know, we're in this quarantine process. So Vivian and I were sitting here. We're not playing, obviously, because no clubs are using live bands because of the COVID pandemic. And we just decided, you know, we had recorded these numbers, and now was as good a time as any to put them out on the market. And, you know, the beauty is that we're still recording, you know, that these 3 recordings, and Vivian can go into it a little more with you. This is the DC sessions, basically. This is all DC musicians, okay, that we used on that. And I'm proud to say that I'm going to continue to use all DC musicians. I'm not going to stray from that because I think the sound is perfect. I think you know, I've been around for a long time, Earl. November makes 35 years with my band. Okay. And DC has been identified for a lot of things. We were the dance capital of the world for a little while. You know when that was. We had the hottest live acts. We had the hottest clubs. We had everything. What we never really did accomplish, because a lot of the live musicians were playing covers. We never accomplished the DC sound. And I'm proud to say that because I used all musicians, I think that I've hit on something with that, you know? So I'm going to take this DC sound around the world. Okay. That's my ambition. So we're still in the studio. We do have the three singles out right now, which are Después de Todo in the voice of this lovely lady here, Vivian, Domino in the voice of Vivian Mojica, and Bacalao Embrujao in the voice of my friend Hector Pagan. Okay.
Well, DC's always had some talented musicians, as you say, and this is a beautiful thing you're doing that with. And now all that we have to do is just support each other. That's all. If we just all just support each other, I know it's economically hard out here, but like you said, you can once you create that sound, you're creating that sound. All DC musicians, you have definitely hit on something. That is for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah. The caliber of the musicians that we have in all of these albums are amazing, and we've been working together for years. As you know, most of these guys have been working for 30, 40 years, like maybe not 40, but 30, not yet. 30, 20 years, because I played with some of these guys at Chelsea's, for example. And then Edwin, back in those days, we had, a couple of different bands. I was in Peligro, Edwin had La Romana, and these guys have been part of all of that. So we have that bond that for years we've been sharing. We have been sharing the stage. And these guys, honestly, is Edwin is very strict, or not strict. He knows what he likes. He knows the sound that he wants, and it's amazing. The guys deliver every single time. And we got amazing percussionists. Our horn section is the bomb. Our bass player, Jorgito,
our vocalist.
Oh, thank you for that. It's been years. I played with a lot of bands. And we all had our sound. But I think Edwin is right in the fact that he says he thinks he's hit on something, and I really think so too. So you guys that are out there, this is local talent. We need your support. It would be amazing to be able to get this sound out into the world. Some of the songs they're listening to them in Spain. to me, that's like, wow, man. Look, I'm getting goosebumps. They're listening to it in Cali, and El Chocó, in Bogotá. That's where I'm from. You know, that's where I was raised, and to know that they're listening to something that I was a part of is extremely. It's a blessing. It's a blessing, and you know, our heart is in it. So, you know, you guys, we need your support, you know, and we appreciate all the support that you guys have given us so far. But we need that little extra push to get it out there, you know?
We got, look, Stuff on Salsa and DCBX. We're going to make sure that sound gets out there. You know, when we younger Gita and Lagata and we pushing it, we're going to get it out there.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about that. I just want to ask you guys this question sometime. I know you're always both very professional, but it seems like when you come to, and I'm not trying to pump up our parties, but it seems like when you get some of our parties, your energy is a little different. Does the crowd make it different? Does the energy from that crowd affect the way that you play? I'm just asking. I would imagine that it would, but I'm asking.
Let me tell you, first of all, your parties are always the bomb. They have the most people in it. You know what I'm saying? They're just always packed. So of course you feed off of that energy. And then there's people, the dancers are excellent. The dancers from every time I go to one of your parties, Earl, or DCBX, people from all over the world. And they're coming up to us and they're saying, "Hey man, I love your band," and this and that. That makes you wanna hit that even harder, you know. So yes, it does make a difference. Your parties, like I said, you know, your parties, you could compare them to parties from anywhere around the world, and you'll probably be up there in number 1, 2, 3. I know in the top 5. Okay, I know definitely in the top 5 from around the world. So yeah, that energy, it's electric in those rooms. You know, Lee El Gringuito, he invited us, I think it was last year, to be part of the DCBX there, and that room was on fire even before we got there.
It was crazy.
The professionalism, the one thing I was really amazed, the passion. De la mayoría de la gente, the dancers and you guys, the way that they organized this thing, it was like, whoa.
Yeah, it was. It's always a classy party, a class act. So
and people were dancing until the souls fell out.
Oh my God! And you know, people.
Amazing.
I made friends that night with people from all over the world.
That is so cool. Yeah.
They text me back and forth on Facebook. They hit me up all the time. It's amazing. It's just amazing. So to answer your question, yes, the crowd definitely makes a difference.
Yeah. But let me tell you what, though, that thing about you guys making friends with people across the world, the thing is, just like everywhere else, and what we're going to help you guys do is get the word out is don't take, you guys get taken for granted. People from across the country came and heard, just like, oh my God, they don't have no bands like that where they're from, playing that. I mean, when you play, you and Vivian, your band plays dance music. You're not fiddling around. You're not playing them tunes that's obscure that nobody's never heard. Well, let me play this or whatever. But if you do, if you have a funky version with it, okay, people take our dancers, our instructors, and our musicians for granted.
That is
taking you guys. It's taking you guys this long to realize that you guys need to work together.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. That DJ is great. We are so blessed. We got the best DJs, Zouk, Kazomba, Bachata, Salsa. We got the best DJs. We got some of the best instructors. We have a fabulous team as far as talent.
That's right.
We got it.
You know what I'm happy to say that during the high time of DC, because when we were on the map, they were saying that we were the new capital of salsa. People were pushing New York aside, Philly aside, Jersey aside. They were saying DC is the place to be. I'm happy. I'm sorry. I'm happy to say that that during that time, and you know this, we won Best Salsa Band of the Year 10 years consecutively. 10 years consecutively. We won it 10 years. I want to bring that back. I want to bring that. Well, first of all, I still want to be the best band out there, although there are a lot of great, talented musicians out there. But I differentiate myself a little bit because we play a different type of salsa. We play the hardcore salsa, true to the roots of salsa, you know? So I want to bring that back, but now I'm going to insert that DC sound, and we're going to get DC back on the map, and we're going to make it the #1 city in the country to dance salsa.
I'm all for that, Edwin. I doubt if I'll ever dance anymore, but I'm so
You dance.
Edwin, I'm so afraid to go out the house. You don't believe it. I'm like a little female dog. I'm so little girly.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to catch that. I'm not. If I go out the house, that means somebody giving me some money. Other than that, Now I don't judge nobody. I ain't trying to shame nobody.
Right.
I ain't trying to convince nobody. At my age, Edwin, you know me for years. All I am is a little girl, drama, complain, everything. I just want people to do what they want to do. Me, I'm gonna stay home.
Right.
But I can't be worried about you, whether you like Trump or whoever. None of these politicians care about us anyway, but that's another story. This is about you. This is about you and Vivian. So let's get off that crazy stuff and get back to you guys.
Okay.
Get all that crazy shit. Anyway.
I have to tell a story though. Hold up, because Earl was talking about when he used to go to Chelsea's, right? And he was sagradamente every Friday and every Saturday there. And I think for some time they were doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday too. Wednesday, for a little period of time, Chelsea's had a different band almost every night, right? Calidad back then.
We played on Thursdays.
And you guys played too. But I remember Earl coming in, right? And I think the reason that when you first came, people were scared to dance with him because he was just all over the place. The energy, man, was like off the top. He would clear out the dance floor, right? No, and when at one point I started clearing out the dance floor because he did this little trick. He would put a chair, right?
I remember
and get
that.
back there
I remember that.
Run across the room, across the dance, and then jump on the chair and make it, flip over. Not once did you fall. I'm like, dear God, please help him. Please don't let him break anything.
I remember the first time we were on stage and he did that. I said, this crazy man is
He's
about to
fall.
kill himself.
But
he didn't.
It was the to see the passion that you display, Earl, when you dancing to a good salsa song. You're gonna tell me as a musician that's not gonna drive you to give it your at 200%?
Yeah, that is true.
Cecilia Villalobos started at Chelsea's too. She was underage, and she would come in. Actually, I was underage too, but don't tell her. And she would come in with her parents.
Right.
And she would dance, and people would just kind of step back to see this young girl con tanta elegancia, and so such a young, and she would dance her butt off, and it was really, really, really fun. Times have changed a lot, right? Since that time, we had bands that had specific sounds, right? La Romana you had their sound, Peligro had our sound, Calidad, you had JCJ that played the hell out of the merengues, right? With Zafiro on the guiro, my God. And everybody had their sound, and I think there's bands here now too that are doing that. Giancarlo's is an amazing band. Los Hermanos Galvan, it's an honor really, and it's really motivating to see young people that still have that drive and that passion to play the music. I don't care what people say. That salsa's dead. Salsa will never die. will never die. Maybe we have to now combine with the new dance stuff that's out there, right? But salsa itself, it'll never die. And that, especially if we got young kids like Los Galvan, and we got these young dancers that you guys are feeding and teaching, and to see these conventions, these salsa conventions, it was packed, packed of all ages. You know, us old that are a little older, of course, we need to recoup for a couple more days. But the love, I mean, you can't tell me when you hear that conga, when you hear that bass, when you hear that singer and that sonero, I can't sit still.
I can't.
I can't.
Oh, we know you can.
We know you can.
And you know what drives me? It's the conga, but it's when I hear Herbie and I hear those horns, that big band mambo. I just go crazy. People don't realize a lot of times I don't dance with anybody. I just go off in the corner somewhere because I can't even control myself. That's why I was never.
Nobody can keep up with you, is what.
That's why I was never in a group. Well, things I used to do young in my life, my memory's not as good as it used to be. So I would never remember choreography, no matter how much. No matter how much I practiced.
You know, Earl, I went through that too. One time when I moved to Miami and I was playing over there, and we got a contract with girls band, a ladies band, not so much salsa, it was more pop kind of thing, and they had choreography. Look, I can dance. I know that I can dance, or I think I can dance. Mm-hmm. You think I could remember? I don't know how Cecilia or any of these dancers. To me, it's all like. Okay, I got 1, 2 in the third step, and then the 4. What the hell? What? Which way are we going? I don't know how they do it. So I'd rather be on stage singing, and so they can dance. You know, I can't remember the steps for a choreography to save my life.
Well, I think it goes by the repetition. If you do it enough times, even an idiot can pick it up. I think that's how it works. But the problem with me is. The music takes control over me. So I may have supposed to spin 2 times to the left, but when I hear that music, it tells me to do something completely different.
Right.
I never know what I might slide across the floor. Walk. It's things I do things that don't even have anything to do with salsa. I just get crazy when I hear music. Whoa. I'm tap dancing. And the girl She said the other day, I didn't know you could tap. I said, don't you see me tapping out there? You just don't never hear the taps because the music is playing, right?
Right.
But I can't be in a group. I can't be in a group.
Another thing is, too, to see salsa music has brought over so many, like, Americans, gringuitos, that really don't know how to dance. But to see them get out there because they're feeling what we're doing, it's crossing boundaries. It's crossing, ¿cómo se dice?
Racial barriers.
Racial barriers, or dude, there's nothing like salsa. There is nothing else like salsa. And to see that we can cross barriers and cross races and cross all that. La música, man, it can unite. It doesn't matter where you're from. Colombia, Peru, Puerto Rico, Greece,
Southeast. It doesn't matter where you're from.
But that's the thing. When I'm kind of confused because we got all this racial tension, and now people are talking about, well, I'm not going to dance with such and such because they are to the right or they're to the left. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on here. I thought the reason why I do love salsa is that it does bring all races together. What are you talking about? You lost friends because of some Facebook, somebody wrote something on Facebook. What does that have to do with you dancing with somebody? If I did not get the salsa, you guys are lovely people, I love you. There's no way we would meet. There's no way we would meet. Edwin's a man. I don't like men. I'm looking at Vivian. I'm old enough to be her father. I would never approach you. There's no other way we would even meet. You meet people from all over the world. You think I'm not going to be somebody's friend because they like Trump? I don't got to do that. Do they dance to clave on beat?
There's no room
Are you
for
on beat?
politics in the club, man.
Hey, Earl, I gotta take a little break. I'll leave you with Edwin 1 second. I'll be right back if it's okay.
We'll be waiting for you.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
So what's
Edwin,
up?
35 years. 35 years, really? 35
years this November, yep.
What made you start to get into music?
You know, when I came to DC, I played in New York and with little local bands and stuff like that. But when I moved out here to DC, I started playing with some of the local bands here, and it was all cumbia. It was all cumbia, man, and very little salsa.
Shout out to my man Cisco.
What? What?
Shout out to my man Cisco. He's cumbia king.
Cumbia king. All right. Shout out, Cisco. But anyways, and I dug it, but it wasn't my thing, So in 1985, I saw an opportunity it was like in 84, actually. I saw an opportunity. A band had broken up and a bunch of musicians were out on the street. And I went and collected musicians, basically. Started the band, rehearsed it, and we came out in 1985 doing nothing but salsa, believe it or not. And, we were accepted in some circles, and some others we weren't. But, you like any good thing, you got to stick with it. If you don't stick with it, it's going to go away.
Wow.
And that's basically it. 1985.
Crazy. So what made you to change the name after all these years?
You know what? Like in life, a man will go through a midlife crisis. In my band, I went through a mid-band crisis. I said, man, I don't want this name anymore. I want to change it to something else. And I always feel like a godfather to everybody. So I said, I'm gonna name it La Mafia. And then I ran across, there was actually in the late 60s, early 70s, there was a band called La Mafia del GuanGuanco. And I loved that name. Always loved it. And in honor of them, I brought it back.
Okay. Well, I love the name. I love the band. It's awesome.
Thank you, man.
You're always on the stage. Do you? I've never seen you dance salsa. Do you dance salsa?
I do very little. I can't keep up with Vivian, so I tell her, go ahead, go dance. No, she'll dance one song with me in the night and then say, I'm gonna go dance.
You know what I like? You know what I like about all the bands here? All the bands, the horn sections, they all are tight. All the horn sections are very tight here. All the members, all the musicians, as you say in DC, they're good. They're just good.
Oh yeah. I give much props to all the musicians, especially mine, obviously. But there's a lot of great talent out here, And we just gotta create a sound, man. It's like in the '60s in New York when all of these bands came out, and Fania Records took all these bands under their recording label. They created a sound. Motown created a sound, Fania created a sound. We need our DC sound. And I want to be the one that innovates that in salsa.
One of the things that the musicians ahorita de la mafia, los mafiosos, especially the horn section, Edwin Jorge Ayala, the trumpet player, who is an amazing trumpet player. So he says that the book for La Mafia is the most difficult book in DC to play. It is, and there's 3 guys that most of the time are doing the job of a 5-horn arrangement. And they make it sound like there's nothing else missing. The way it's difficult. His book is very difficult to play. It's not the music that we're accustomed to, right? And I think some people that appreciate music and that know a little bit about the music understand the amount of work and afinque and practice that it takes to make these songs sound like they're easy. And I'm telling you, these guys in the band make it sound like it's easy. But I'm telling you, it's a lot of time of practice, rehearsal, dedication, and I'm telling you, it's for me. Honestly, I have learned a lot. I thought I was salsera before I came on with these guys. I have learned a whole deal, and you know, I think as a musician, the day you think you know it all, you might as well pack it up. Personally, right? I don't think there. I always can learn something from somebody. And if you're smart, man, if you want to become a better musician, and if you're smart, take it, right? Make yourself better. Practice this way. Practice that way. Let's see. Me voy a tirar al agua. Let's see what happens, right? So, and these guys, it's now we have. Did you talk about the guys in the band yet?
I have not, no, because you're talking.
Well, I'm gonna keep on talking.
All right, why don't we let Earl ask some questions?
Okay, Earl, you want to ask some questions, Earl?
Well, we can talk. We can talk about the band. I mean, I know I've known you guys. I know you're great, and I just wanted to talk about the 3 songs that are coming out. Maybe you could say what each one was about, or something like that. You know,
Well, let me
Domino.
tell you,
What is that about?
Talk about Domino.
we have this song that I'm really proud of, and it's the same one that Vivian just mentioned, Domino. And you know, while I was getting the licensing and the publishing for that, I realized that the person that composed that song was the late great Tite Curet Alonso. And anybody that knows anything about Latin music knows that Tite Curet Alonso is the godfather of salsa. He wrote most of the hits that the Fania era played. Anacaona, all of those songs were his. He was the #1 in the history of salsa music. He is the #1 composer of salsa music. And when I realized that it was him that composed that song, man, my hands started shaking. I said, man, we're doing a Tite Curet Alonso number? I said, I couldn't believe it. And that was just by doing the research in order to get the licensing so I could put it out. And it's just an amazing feeling. So that particular song, and it was also recorded by Rafael Cortijo and Ismael Rivera in the 50s. Okay, so we brought it out in the 50s or the early 60s, and we brought it out in salsa, and I'm so proud of it. And because it's one of those older tunes, it's only like 3 minutes and 30 seconds long. So it's a quickie, but it will hit you hard. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. But what is the song? What's the song about, Edwin? Because I don't understand no Spanish, so I'm not going to know what it's about.
Vivian is singing, and basically what it's saying is, before you played me, I'm gonna let you know you're not gonna be able to shut my domino game down. Yeah. Right. So it basically is saying you're not gonna shut my domino game down. And then Vivian goes off on her tangent and says you're worthless. You know what I'm saying? You can't even shut this game down. So basically that's what the song is about, man. You know, it's an old style salsa. Salsa back in the day was hurtful one way or another. Either they're talking badly about the woman or the woman's talking badly about the man. In this case, well, it was primarily the men talking badly about the women because, let's face it, there weren't a lot of women in salsa in the 70s, 60s, and 70s. I think Celia and La Lupe are 2 of the most shining examples. But now that Vivian's out here, I'm able to get some of these tunes, arrange them in her register, and have her throw that out to people, you know, throw some of that shade out to the men.
Right. Well, before you go into the other 2 songs, so we want to talk. I want to hear about both of them, and I want you to tell people where they can go and purchase the singles. Okay, we're going to go into that. But before that, I want Vivian to elaborate on her experience yesterday. She had a fabulous honor yesterday on the radio.
Oh yeah, with the divas. Yeah.
Oh my God! Right? I was like, okay.
No entiendo.
What?
No entiendo.
No entiendes. So it was a real honor to be in a group of other women artists and singers that I'm
Michelle Labrava.
Michelle Labrava is an amazing.
Trina Medina.
Trina Medina was on there.
Isis.
Yeah, so it's they're not new. They've been doing this like me for a long time, and they got some real artistry. So it was las divas de la salsa. So now I guess I'm considered a diva. Figure that. But so they were, the guy was what was the radio
That's
station?
I want to shout out to him, Taino Roldan from Brisa Tropical Radio. He puts together some really nice shows all the time, and yesterday he did it in honor of the ladies. And I'm very proud that Vivian was selected.
I was shocked. I was, real honored, and it was amazing to share, I guess, the virtual tarima with other women that are truly gifted, I think. And I was one of them. What? So it was cool. All the, y'all have to listen to it. I believe you can listen to it over and over, I guess, right?
So.
But I do want to thank, for the opportunity to get the voice out there, to share our music with the world. Again, times have changed, and we're trying to keep up with the times, and it's a lot easier to get our stuff out there. But it was a real honor, really, to be involved with ladies con ese talento. And yes, I think there was a lot of views and a lot of people checking it out, and so I hope this is the beginning. I hope of even getting it more out there.
That sounds fabulous. That's awesome. That's a great honor. And
it is.
Wow.
It is.
No, really, it is. Next song, Edwin. We got 2 more to cover. We want everybody to know about it. I want to know about it. So let's go.
Okay. Well, then the next one in the voice of Vivian as well. Vivian's my main singer, so she's going to be singing a lot of these tunes.
Kind of fell out that way. Huh?
But Después de Todo is a song that was originally recorded by Los Bambam from Cuba. Okay. And it was recorded in the rhythm timba, which is similar to salsa. It just has a little different hit off the 2 and all that. It's a little different. But we recorded it in salsa. And you know what? I got to do one more shout out, because all 3 of these arrangements were arranged by someone here in DC as well. Albert Sanchez. And he's a brother to me. I've known him for, too long. But he's one of the most magnificent arrangers out there. He could go up against people in Puerto Rico, people wherever, all over the world, and arrange music beautifully, which is what he did with these 3 tunes. So I wanted to give a shout out to him. But anyway, Después de Todo is yet again about a love relationship gone wrong, I guess. Yeah. Basically, she's saying, you did me wrong, you're bed hopping, and I'm over here sleeping by myself.
But it's quite all right. Better to be alone
than to be with a jerk like you. It's basically what she's saying.
So basically, the guy's kind of coming back to say, hey, baby, I'm sorry. You know what? It's a little too late. Thank you. Goodbye. After all we've been through, really? So, and Domino is kind of the same idea. Sorry, guys. But it can go either way. Domino, for example, when I got my life set up, right, and I have certain goals that I want to achieve, and then you're gonna come over here to try to block my strategy and block my path. You need to step, because I still got my game plan on. Yeah. Either you're gonna help me to get to my game plan, or you need to keep it moving, baby. Step. And it can go either way, right? Boy or girl.
But not Después de Todo. Después de Todo, she's definitely kicking him to the curb.
Yeah, yeah. Después de Todo is the singer.
I forget her name.
she's one of my favorite singers, and I can't remember her name, but you gotta listen to this lady in the original Los Bamban in Timba. The passion that this woman sings with is just amazing. I'm like, dude, I want to do something to honor her in my rhythm, right? Salsa. And I think I did it justice. That was my goal. So I really hope you guys think so. But it's one of my absolute favorite songs to sing.
Okay.
And then
we have one more.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
We have one more, right?
Right. It's
we
called
have one,
Bacalao Embrujado. And basically that literally translates to hexed, like bewitched.
Wicked fish?
Wicked fish. Wicked codfish. Wicked codfish.
You can't translate it because it loses.
It loses in the translation. Yeah. But basically, this guy gets invited to a party at a friend's house, at a neighbor's house, and the neighbor's daughter is inviting them to the kitchen.
Ven pa acá.
Yeah. And he's saying, no, I don't want none of that hex codfish.
And the voice, it was
Hector Luis Pagan.
Hector Pagan.
He's an amazing singer. He used to sing with Conjunto Clásico in New York, and now he's living out here. And
lucky for us,
he's a tremendous composer. He composed like 3 numbers for me. He's a composer. He's a singer. He's a producer. He does everything, and he coaches on vocals. So he's always in the studio with us as well. Amazing, man. Let me tell you something. The talent in DC is gonna come up so many notches now that it's gonna make people's heads spin. I'm telling you.
Here's the thing. I think it's been up notches.
Yeah.
It's just that we have this venue now to get it out there.
Right. People like you, Earl, you're gonna help us get it out there.
Right. Look, like Hector, I wanted to mention something. We're not letting Earl say anything. Sorry, Earl.
No. This is why this is such a great interview. Nobody wants to hear the shit I'm talking. They want to hear you guys. That's what makes me good.
Okay. So check this out. So Hector, right? You call him, like Edwin will get an idea, or I'll get an idea. Hey Hector, I'm thinking about, something about moving to this country, and how much I miss my grandma, or how much I miss, or Edwin had a dream, right? Well, I can't tell the details, right?
I'll tell you. I had a dream. I'm sorry, babe.
You're gonna tell the whole? Don't say it.
No, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything about the song.
No details.
But I told him what my dream was, and I told him, write me a song about that, man.
And then
he said, let me call you back in 5 minutes. He hung up, called me back in 5 minutes with a whole composition about my dream, and we're recording it now.
See?
That takes talent.
That takes a lot of talent.
Yeah.
That's actually a couple of Hector's songs that he gave me are being arranged in Puerto Rico by the same people that arranged Tito Nieves' music, Gilberto Santa Rosa's music, Victor Manuel's music, Mark Anthony's music. They're actually arranging Hector's tunes for us.
Wow.
Yep.
That sounds like you guys got it going on. Edwin, see, this is why I was telling you I wanted to add some more stuff to the production. When they see this live, we're gonna have something on the screen that shows where people can get the
music
single. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have something so everybody can know, because people need to go and buy at least one.
Right.
I'm thinking that every time somebody buys at least one single, they get a free virtual salsa class from me. What do you think about that?
I think so. I think you do. You the boss. Huh? I told you that before. You the boss. You do what you want.
I'm thinking I'm gonna tell whoever buys a single, sends you that receipt. You send it to me and say, Earl, this person just bought a single. They're gonna get access to a salsa class.
Do it. Do it. I promise you. I'll keep up with that.
That's how we're gonna do that. You know.
They're
So you guys,
Yo,
give me a lot of street credit.
You're willing to do
what if we sell 100,000?
Then I just get 100,000 classes out.
I love it.
And what does that mean? You know why? Do you want to know why I give private classes out free?
Why?
If I touch you one time, if I teach you one class, you guarantee you're gonna buy another. So it's just like it's a 2-for-1.
I hear you.
And not only are you gonna buy one, you're gonna tell somebody. So I get a sale and I get a referral. I want to give out salsa classes. Because they can say, you know what, that old man, he was crazy. But he was good.
So, baby, where can they find the songs?
Well, they can find the songs any of the major streaming platforms: Amazon Music, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify. You can buy it, man. Those are the top ones, right? They're all over the place. If you type Edwin Ortiz y la Mafia del GuanGuanco into your Google, or type the name, the titles of the songs, all of that pops up. But the main three are Amazon Music, iTunes, Apple Music, and Spotify.
Well, when I post this, you know what, Edwin, I was telling you that I wanted us to record this, and then I was going to add some production to it. This came out so perfect. I don't need to do nothing, because I'm going to try to be cute and screw it up. This interview was perfect. I'm getting ready to send you the link so you can check it out once it records.
Okay.
We're going to put it up in about an hour or two. But when I put it up, it's going to have all the links to where
I'll send you the links, because I have the exact links.
Send me the links and we'll just put it out there, because they're not going to remember all that. Okay. We're going to do it professional. We're going to do it right. You're going to send me the links. I'm going to line up the links. This will be on, what's it, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock now? This will be on at 5 o'clock.
Beautiful. Okay.
Today?
It's be on at 5 o'clock.
Cool. Then we can do
we can have a watch party or whatever.
We'll do a watch party at 5 o'clock then.
Yeah. I will put it on now, but I'm tired and I got to go take a nap.
Go do it, man. Go do it.
Okay. Edwin, Vivian, thank you so much. Boy, I'm so excited. You know what they're going to say? Dang, he had Edwin and Vivian on. Right? I'm getting street credit here. Guys,
you're the man, bro.
Talk to you later.
Bro. You're the
All right.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you,
okay.
bro.
See you later.
Stay safe, please.